Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, live the life we love. Today's Monday, so it's Poem Day. This is called Friend. Please tell me what I can do, by Kabir, claimed by both Hindus and Muslims as a saint in their tradition from the 1300s. Friend, please tell me what I can do about this world I hold to and keep spinning out. I gave up sewn clothes and wore a robe, but I noticed one day the cloth was well woven. So I bought some burlap, but I still throw it elegantly over my shoulder. I pulled back my sexual longings. Now I discover I'm angry a lot. I gave up rage. Now I notice I'm greedy all day. I worked hard at dissolving my greed, and now I'm proud of myself. When the mind wants to break its link with the world, it still holds on to one thing. Kabir says, listen, my friend, there are very few that find the path. This week, I'm going to honor Joseph Campbell, one of my intellectual mentors. He's the first person that laid out for me in that beautiful series, Power of Myth, with Bill Moyers on PBS, that a living mythology has to help you understand the mystical, cosmological, sociological, and pedagogical aspects. It first hooks you up to the mystery, puts you in accord with what life really is, and you say yes in the heart of darkness, joyful participation in the sorrows of the world. Then it gives you a Genesis story, the cosmology, how you got here, what here is all about. Then it helps you define the people, the clan, the tribe, the group, the culture that you're in, the sociological perspective that binds you with the same symbol and sign to everybody else in your culture. And then finally, the pedagogical teachings. What does each individual have to learn in order to face the vicissitudes of life? Well, if all four of those are going, then you understand that the imagery of mythology is symbolic of the spiritual powers within you. It's never supposed to be telling you what the facts are, but what informs the facts. So you become like an artist. You go within, you find the deeper self, your own ground of being, and you find that it's transparent to something that's transcendent. Everybody knows that it is, but what it is, nobody knows. But when you come back with that realization, you bring it into the field of time and you express it in some art form. And one of the things you learn through mythology is that everybody's going to fall, everyone's going to stumble, but that's where your treasure is. The wound is a womb through which you open to something, you give birth to something. So they say the image is like you're plowing in a field, and then your shovel, your plow hits something, and you go to check out what it is, and you dig down deeper, and there's like a staircase or a ring that you pull up, and all of a sudden there's a cave of treasures. So myth teaches you that you're a match for the world. Don't come up short here. Accept the challenge and response, because where you succeed will be a new amplification of life and consciousness. You got to face in the stories, they call it the demons. There's just dramatic representations of the limitations of our own consciousness that prevents us from seeing the ubiquity or everywhereness of the spirit. So if you don't want to be in the wasteland, which means being like people who don't live out of their own initiative, but out of a sense of what they're supposed to do, what's been inculcated by them, drummed into them by the Uber culture, but you realize the familiar life has grown too small. The old patterns don't fit. It's time for passing a threshold. So the first thing you realize is I'm not a slave to money. And then you realize if I work on awakening, maintaining the sense of wonder and participation in the world, then you realize that everything that's alive is holy. So arise and drink your bliss. All right, Wednesday is the next Good for Vibrations class called Yoga and Spiritual Resurrection. Go to GabrielHalpern.com and sign up for it. And then we hope to see you tomorrow or the next day or whatever, but let everybody know. I'd love to hear from you, how this is affecting you, what you got, what you don't like. Love the dialogue. Have a great day.